Pragmatics is the study of language and the way that we interpret and communicate meaning.
In second languages, this is the way that meaning is communicated across different languages or differently in each of the languages that you speak. For example, did you know that when making a request in some languages, we need expressions that are hearer-oriented, like, could you hand me the book? But in others, we need more speaker-oriented, could I have the book? Understanding meaning can help limit miscommunication and help people from different cultures and languages communicate well in many different contexts.
The challenge with pragmatics can be that there are many patterns in language, and also a huge amount of variety in individual speech and preferences. As language learners and teachers, we have to think of a way to capture all of that variety.
IPIC, or the IPIC model, stands for Intercultural, Pragmatic, and Interactional Competence. In other words, a model which captures all of these different components.
It incorporates both general patterns of language as well as individual, local, and community preferences.
This model of pragmatics is made of 4 equally important parts: knowledge, analysis, subjectivity, and awareness. We'll look at each one to learn more. Knowledge represents the structures that the learner has acquired in the language. This might be the grammar pieces, the specific vocabulary, different semantic formula. For example, in a greeting, this might be a list of all the ways you could say hello, hi, hello, good evening, etc. Analysis refers to the learner's ability to understand the impact or consequences of their language choices and make choices about which of the knowledge structures to use. In other words, with greetings, which one of these greeting sequences in the whole list should I pick for this context?
Subjectivity references the learner's ability to make conscious language choices and explain how they make those. For example, I'd really like to be more formal. I know my professor said to use his first name, but I'd really like to use a different greeting. Finally, awareness refers to if language learners can recognize the language choices of others and the meanings and consequences of what they say. Also, it includes the ability to react when learners notice something has gone wrong or gone really well.
Can you think of ways you could incorporate ideas from IPIC into your teaching context or your own language learning experience?
Maybe you want to build knowledge and practice analysis skills by using popular language learning apps to compile lists of greetings and think about which contexts are most appropriate for each greeting type. Or maybe to develop your subjectivity skills, you watch YouTube videos in the target language of party invitations and think of what you might say and why in the same situation. Or maybe you develop awareness skills by searching for apologies in the target language and watching for different cues that those apologies have gone well or poorly.
As a reminder, the IPIC model is one way to think about second language pragmatics. It stands for Intercultural, Pragmatic, and Interactional Competence.
In other words, IPIC is a way to combine the 4 elements of knowledge, analysis, subjectivity, and awareness to ensure optimal communication across the languages you speak, different varieties of languages, and different speaker preferences.